All right, hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Resilient Fitness Revolution. I am your host, Dibs, Coach Dibs, Dibsley Dibsington, Dibs Fitness, whatever you want to call me. And I'm here with my client, Nate. And we're going to get to know a little bit about Nate and about their progress and a little bit about them. So, Nate, thank you for coming onto the show. How are you doing today?
Little frustrations, but I'm okay overall.
You're okay? Okay, hopefully
Yeah.
you feel good when you talk about all the amazing things that you've achieved over the last year and a bit.
Yes,
Um,
I was pretty excited about this.
yeah, you tend to be excited when well, it's exciting stuff to talk about. It's really cool. So
Yeah.
tell the people, like, just a little bit about yourself, who you are, how old you are, if you want to share that, where you live, where you're from, what you do for work, or what you've studied, or what your passions are. Just do like a little quick 2 minutes about Nate.
Okay. So I'm 35 years old. I'm a trans masculine non-binary person. To put it simply, um, I'm not working. I'm disabled. I do makeup sometimes, but even that I've been in hiatus because I've not been able to trust my ability to be present and for my body to cooperate. Although that seems to be starting to get better. Um, and yeah, when I decided to go to Dibs, it was a suggestion from one of my physical therapists, and I'm gonna be completely honest. I did not want it to be there. My introduction message was just like, "You're never gonna see me again. I've never liked exercising a day in my life, and that's not gonna change." And I I wanted change, but I wasn't ready, I guess. But Jesus Christ, did I do the good thing?
Yeah, I remember that message. It was very standoffish. You were like, "Hello, my therapist told me to see you. Can we have one appointment?" And then you came to my house for the consult, and then you said, "I'll probably never see you again, but that was great." But like, see you later. Um,
Yeah, and I just hugged you out at the end. Just so how much it would be for me to come back? Definitely not what I was in my bingo card for that day,
yeah, you
and
were.
that's gonna be, yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome. And so, do you want to like? Do you feel comfortable talking more about your disabilities or?
Yes, I just get scattered. So yeah, I live with fibromyalgia, and there's a lot of comorbidity that I don't even have diagnosis for. I just know because my doctor doesn't. It's like at this point, even if we know, it doesn't matter. But I have most likely POTS, and I have hypermobility. My knees are, I don't remember the name, but basically my knees are doing like this. They're not sitting right, and I've had a tendinosis since July 2022 that we're still working on in physical therapy. But when I went to Dibs, I was walking with a cane, which I had been using for about 5 years, thinking I would never be able to get rid of that fucking crutch. Um, and yeah, that's on the third in 5 days. It's gonna be a year that I met you, and haven't reused my cane, and I'm
Wow.
fairly certain that I'm never gonna reuse it till I get injured or anything.
Amazing. That's really cool. Cane free for almost a year.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I I was definitely not thinking that would happen.
Yeah, and so like after you saw me, and we had the initial consultation, like did you straight away get into your workout habit, or it took a little bit before you got into it? Like, tell us about that.
So there was definitely some factors that prevented me to get into it as much as I wanted. Like at that point I was excited about the plan because I had been doing very passive stuff already at home, so I felt kind of confident that I actually could do what you had told me, and like the amount of comments and change in the plans to make sure that things were working for me really made a massive difference because all my life every doctor were like, you need to lose weight, do sports, go to the gym, just push through the pain, it's going to be better, it's gonna get better, it's gonna get better. Okay, it's been 4 months, it's not better. um or fuck, I was going.
Yeah, with like,
Yeah, so I my mobility was definitely not there, but I did get pretty into it at the beginning, and then my physical situation got worse because of an IUD. Long story short, it got removed in December, and I had been trying. I was supposed to do twice a week, but like sometimes it was once a week, sometimes it was once a month. When I was lucky, I was just in a very bad place. But when some of the things got addressed, I still was building strength. I was still being able to move in a way that I had never been able to. My partners and my friends very quickly saw changes just in the way I would stand. Um, and the goal was really purely to have more mobility, to be able to just be able to go on a fucking walk. Like, I used to be able to do that. I didn't have a problem, and then now I was having panic attacks about doing a 5 minutes walk to take the bus. So, like,
Because of the pain.
yeah, exactly. But now that we remove one of the factors, just at the beginning of the year, I was like, oh, I'm in pain, I can't train, I'm in pain, I can't train, and like, because of those fucking doctors just telling me to, oh, just push through the pain, it's gonna get better, I just did not want it to do that. But one day I was just like, I actually want to fucking train. And for the first time in my life, my pain, my overall worsened symptoms, let's say, than my base lowest perfect amount of physical pain I can be with fibromyalgia went out by like maybe 70% for a good 4 hours. I do not, I'm gonna be honest, I don't get the super adrenaline rush, or like, I don't get like more excited most of the time, but I will get excited that I'm doing stuff, and just adding that 5, 10 more like pounds, or like just adding 2 or 3 more reps just to push it through. I
Yeah, it's rewarding. It feels like you're doing something cool.
yeah, and now when my periods, because that is another fucking issue, is not in the way, but when I'm not in my period or anything PMDD related and everything, I'm currently going to the gym or training at home 3 times a week, and I was struggling to do once a month for like so long.
Yeah, 3 times is a lot, and that's like for the first time in your life, right?
Yeah, I mean I used to do a lot of bike because I was a nerd and I didn't really have access to internet at home, so I would just go get books and use the internet there, but that would be an hour and a half bike. So 6 months out of the year I would do that, but like that's before, until I was 17. So it was a while.
Yeah.
I had tried gym at least twice in the past 10 years, and it's just never stick.
What was the
But
thing when you tried it that never stuck? Was it because you didn't have someone to write you a program? Was it because you didn't like the gym vibes? Like,
definitely the gym vibes did not help because, well, at that time they had an option for the women's gym, the last one I tried, but that one was small. It was on a second floor, or I almost third floor, because it was two stair flights with no elevators, and when you would use the downstairs, because past 8 it would not be open, you would be with everyone and just the gym sharks around, and whatever I would do I would end up being in pain because I had a slight understanding on how to use the machine from fucking phys ed in high school, you know? So it helps to know the machine, but the fact that they're made for like 5'10", 6'2" people, ideally, most of the machines also are a weird fit, and I'm still discovering that. I tried 2 days ago a machine for abs, which there's pads, and they're about this far from my arm. So I'm holding the thing, and when I go down, I cannot,
yeah,
I just cannot put the thing. So the fact that I can do those exercises at home with just like the bare minimum fucking material.
yeah. I've had a conversation
Very.
about the size and the shape of the machines recently with some other friends, actually, about like how they can't fit on it because they're just made for like tall men, and that they're like adjusting it, and you can never adjust it to get the right height for you or whatever. So then when
No, that's
the only
it.
option is to use the machine because you don't know how to use the free weights, but the machines don't fit you. It's like, okay, well, now what? So
Yeah, that's it. I'm definitely a little bit still terrified by the free weights, but I would never have thought that, and I would have never said that ever in my life. If someone have ever told me that I would like to go to the gym, that I would be craving my time of exercise, I would have laughed. I would probably have told you to fuck off because
Yeah.
that was just so fucking hard, so fucking far of where I would put me. I did not even wanted muscles. And now I'm like, whoa, just
Yeah.
flexing at myself. Like,
Yeah,
look
you
at my
see
shoulders.
photos. You can see the difference. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna do new pictures Sunday. I'm gonna send that to you soon.
Yeah, I get another update going. It's nice.
Yeah, but because it's gonna be the 1 year.
People
Yeah,
always
sorry.
try to take photos and they don't want any, especially at the beginning, but then they regret it later on when they've made so much progress. I'm like, well, do you remember what you look like? Or, do you remember when you tried to do this exercise and you couldn't? And then they never, they're like, I had a client this morning, I was like, they were doing push-ups and they were like, oh man, those just never get easier. And I was like, but you couldn't do any when we started. We were doing wall push-ups, and now you're doing knee-to-toe push-ups. Like, you're fine. Like, don't you remember? And they're like, oh yeah, thank you for reminding me of the struggle.
Yeah, and like there's some exercise that I was struggling to do at 10 pounds at the beginning that I'm now at nearing 70 pounds.
That's awesome.
Yeah. No, I am just massively impressed. Uh, when my mindset actually changed about the whole thing, I think that's what makes the biggest difference, because you can have the intention, but if you have the wrong, like if you go really backwards, I'm lucky that worked out in my favor, but going backwards is probably not the best way to go at it.
Yeah.
Like, you need to want to change, and like I forgot to mention in the intro, but I'm ADHD and on the autistic spectrum, so like I have to be interested in the thing or I will not do the thing.
Yeah.
I will try it till I'm pissed, till I resent the other person, and then I will just disappear and whatever. But no, this time it's just like, wait, I've been told how to do the things, and I have the support to know that if it doesn't work for me, I can just change that. And yeah, it's
Yeah, so for the people listening, I guess, when you say that if it doesn't work for you, you can just change it. You're referring to like how I said, if you don't like an exercise, I'll swap it out for you. Or
yeah, exactly. So it's like if you don't like it, or just like you feel the position of, it's like the movement is not the problem, it's the way you do it. So like the fact that I have some exercise that are meant to be done standing, but I can just do sitting at my chair. I can even do some of them with no equipment at all. That makes a fucking difference, because if I don't have energy, I can just lift my legs and hold them. Like,
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of that one with the band, but
your leg extension.
there's, yeah, it's like I keep showing little things because most of my friends and partners are all disabled and or queer and or trans, and now I have some people that are bust up that were pretty scared about going back at training because they don't know how to do the things.
Yeah.
And ultimately I feel like that's something that makes us less, yeah, not knowing how to do makes a big difference. I don't know if the sound had cut for a second.
Not knowing how to do like being afraid that you're going to hurt yourself, and so you're teaching them.
Yeah.
Yeah, the basics of it. I think you in one of my messages you were like, oh, I'm sorry if I've been sharing your programs, like let me know if that's not okay. And I was like, no, that's totally fine, because I don't want to gatekeep any information. Like, people will come to me because they want my help for something specific, and there is like no shortage of customers or clients for me, I guess, because
Yeah.
people, sorry, there's a plane. I didn't even know I lived under a flight path. Because people will come to me for my specialization, but there's not enough like help out there for the people that you were just listing for trans people, disabled people, non-binary people, to get the support from someone friendly. So if you can share that information, like, I'm all about educating people. Like, that's why I make so much content. I don't get paid to make content. I do it so I can teach people how to do the thing, because that's not like it should be just free knowledge, and then we can pass it
Yeah.
on to each other. Yeah.
Yeah, and like another thing I really like about it is that I needed to do the plan for a while, and now I'm just feeling actually confident that I can try other stuff and mix and match,
Yeah.
and like I can just literally go on your page and be like, okay, this one looks interesting. I'll see if I can with the
Yeah.
minimum weight,
Yeah.
and then go from there. If it hurts with the minimum weight, I just don't do it. But like again, the fact that I had someone that lives similar struggles or like similar communities, that also makes a huge difference, because I would not have just gone to cis ed a mab gym
You're
bro. Yeah, that's it. Like just move, eat
So
less,
if your
move
therapist
more.
told you like to go see a trainer, but they didn't give you a referral to me, you just would never have gone.
Oh my god, no.
No.
Fuck that. No, no, no. Like they were like, I know you might not be into this, but they're also trans non-binary. They've been doing this for a while. I've been working with them. I'm I know you enough to be pretty sure that you're going to enjoy this person, but I was really like, I'm gonna do it, but I'm not gonna like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and it is like that is such a barrier to a lot of people, is that just you have such a negative association and you don't believe like how positive it can be, and yeah, just that's all you needed. All you needed was an introduction to someone that's not a douchebag
Yeah,
to help you do what you need to do, and now you've been doing it for the last year, so
yeah.
that's fantastic.
I'm really flabbergasted that I'm actually keeping it, because, like I said, if I'm not into it, I will not do it.
Yeah.
Like,
What
I
are you
have.
most into, are you really excited about the muscle gain? Are you excited about seeing the weights go up? Like, what is helping you stay interested?
I mean, it's a lot of factor, I guess. Like, I'm at this point where, I said, I don't get the endorphin boost or anything, but like I don't not get any. Like I'm definitely happy and proud of myself when I've done it, because again I have to remind myself that a year ago I could barely walk by
Mm-hmm.
myself.
And that's really good
And
that you can remember that and reflect. Like, people forget where they came from.
yeah, and like I just started with three tiny elastic bands, with physio exercise that I had been given by my professional, and that's it. And yeah, the difference of me struggling to take the smallest band and doing that, and now getting to the 40 pounds band to really, it's just,
Yeah, when you can see literally the progress right in front of your eyes, it's easy to
yeah,
acknowledge. And I don't know
yeah,
if
and the
you've spoken
picture,
about this before, about like being a person with chronic pain. Like, people always tell me they enjoy having workout like muscle soreness because it's different from just like being generally in pain. When you're sore because of a workout, you're like, oh wow, I'm sore because I did something cool, not just
yeah,
because
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
there's some days I'm like, okay, I might have gone hard, and I'm gonna regret that for like 2 days. But at the end of the day, I will regret it for 2 days, but then I'll still see results. Like, I'll still be able to get back, because I'm no longer at a point where if I hurt myself, I injure myself.
mhm,
Like, because it definitely happened in the beginning. Like, I was trying to push my limits, because I do that
yeah.
in
You
way
gotta
too many things.
fuck around and find out a little bit.
Yeah, that's it. And I fucked around maybe a couple times too much, and we had to fix things in physical therapy, but eventually, yeah. The pushing through part, it sucks. But to have someone also, like, that was not just there for me to lose weight, because that's been always the most thing. The doctors and everything is like, I'll lose weight and then we'll talk about the pain. The pain is still there.
Yeah.
Like, at this point, I haven't been this size in terms of weight in about a decade, and in terms of like size, it's been about 20 years.
Like clothes size.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Wow.
like I'm like 2006 for me.
Okay,
level
we're going
of
back.
yeah, but I've never been this fit. I've never been so yeah. And the things that I do benefit from, yeah, the muscles. I guess it goes with the gender euphoria a little bit because I had virtually no shoulders. My posture was like this,
Yeah, you're very tall.
and yeah, and now like I have to
Yeah.
straighten up because I'm like noodle back, but also like defining that I can have a shape, and like I have pretty bad dysmorphia. The image I get in the mirror doesn't tell me the same thing. So like for the first 8 months, like I had taken 3 times pictures and I could not see in the mirror the difference that I was seeing in the pictures
Yeah,
till
right.
like May. So like it's been about maybe a month that I'm now like I cross a window and I'm like
Checking yourself out, yeah.
yeah
Yeah,
yeah like the goal was never for me to lose weight, and all of this has also led me to think more about my food because I do have IBS and like can't eat gluten and whatever, and I was already doing good things for it, but I was shaming myself a lot about what I was eating. But the fact that the dieting was never an aspect that you ever even got close to because I told you this is not the point.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. Well,
yeah, I'm feeling from someone with eating disorder, I am eating a lot more freely.
mhm,
Like I've never been one to calculate, but I would super shame or like
mhm.
not feed myself properly, and now I'm like no, I need the fuel. The fact that I'm putting something that has too much fat, it's still better than not eating at the end
Yeah,
of the day. And yeah, sometimes it sucks, I don't want to eat, things are not going in, but if I want to feel good, I have to feed myself.
yeah,
And
exactly. And it's better
but
than
the fact,
like doing
yeah,
nothing. Yeah,
that's it. And I'm no longer being like, oh, that was too much bread, or oh, potatoes are the devil. Fuck that. The potatoes are one of the
yeah,
most
potatoes are great.
filling.
Exactly.
And like now I'm just eating a lot more potatoes. I'm fine with eating my rice.
Yeah,
My my health has never been better, but it's just been because I've been feeling better in my body.
yeah. A lot
So
of
like
people.
I feel like it can come from the other way around. I feel like you sometimes you need to start seeing the change to be able to be like, okay, yeah, that's all worth it.
Yeah, like I mean, there's two ways I was about to approach that. Like a lot of clients say, I want to lose weight, but I don't want that to be the focus. So can we focus on the
Yeah.
muscularization and train, and get myself into a habit first, and then yeah, and then like you say, the weight just comes off because they start to move more, and or you start to want to crave healthier foods because but that's just what your body wants. You're hungry when you work out, and you start to care a little bit more about what you fuel yourself with. But I had like a new client that started with me 2 weeks ago, a trans femme person, and they said that they had not cared about their body for like their entire life. They're in their 30s, and when they decided to start hormones, then they said, okay, I'm going to join the gym, I'm going to start eating healthy because you're like you're finally caring about yourself and you want to
Yeah.
do good things. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's I'm glad that it's all sort of snowballing into all the puzzle pieces are falling together for you, and everything is feeding, one good habit is feeding the next good habit.
Yeah, that's it. And I'm really trying to like break down the fat phobia that I have about myself because I actually do not give a crap about other people's body. I love bigger bodies, no problem. I like smaller bodies, no problem. Like it's all about the personality anyway for me. And I used to be very nasty to myself, but like yeah, it's not even that I care more about what I eat. It's just that a chocolate bar is not gonna fill me after sweating for an
Yeah,
hour.
I mean, you can still have it. I'll have it first for the
Oh, I totally will have it, but it's just,
endorphin, but then I'm like, I need to go and eat something big,
yeah,
substantial.
that's it. It's I cannot just be like, oh well, I had a chocolate bar. I can go another 4 hours. I
Yeah,
can't just do that
yeah,
anymore to punish myself. Like,
mhm.
it's
Yeah,
the
most of
hunger is
clients'
yeah.
main problem is that they don't eat enough, not that they eat too much.
Yeah.
That's actually what I found after doing this for 8 years now. Most people don't eat enough, and there's, oh, should I diet more? Like, no, you don't need to
Yeah,
diet.
no.
You need to just start eating more satiating foods, and then you'll see
Yeah.
what happens to your body. And
Yeah.
it's really sad because it's not necessarily all the time because someone can't afford food. It's most of the time because work is really toxic and like make you working all the time, and you're looking after your kids, or you're looking after your pets, or your sick parents, or your loved one, or whatever, and then you don't have any breaks at work, and everyone expects you to work on your lunch break, and then you get home
Yeah.
and you're too tired to cook, and you just eat charcuterie and go to bed.
Yeah.
And so we really need it. Like, it's really hard for a lot of people who have jobs like
Yeah.
that. But
I mean, I don't even work, but I'm just busy with a lot of admins and appointments, and well, I'm still someone with chronic pain and chronic fatigue, so I don't necessarily want to be in front of my stove and my table and my cutting boards for 3 hours because it's hard to do simple, other than taking a handful of charcuterie, like you
Yeah.
said. Like,
Yeah.
but I have to do better than that because I will not be feeling good if I don't.
yeah,
And like about the not eating enough, I have to be conscious about that because I do not want to go under a certain weight. But at the way I'm going now, like even my from May, I lost 2 more inches.
oh wow, okay.
No, from March. Sorry, I lost 2 more inches under the breast, the waist, and my hips, and my like. I'm afraid at some point I might start losing more than I want to because I don't eat enough. But I'm just not hungry
Yeah.
that much.
Yeah, it's about finding ways to get in calories that won't that works for you. Like, I think I've told you before, like, I love making smoothies because you can make them like so full of calories and you don't even
Yeah.
know, you're just slowly sipping it away.
Yeah.
And if you put like any sort of fats inside, like the fat will make it a lot more satiating. Like, well, not satiating, but full of calories. So if you could put coconut oil, avocado, any nuts or chia seeds,
Yeah.
almond butter, peanut butter, all of that stuff will make it like really full of calories because fat has more calories per gram than protein or carbs does. So
Yeah.
that's an easy way to do it, and protein powders and stuff like that. But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think you're at like risk of losing too much if you're starting to eat a little bit better and a little bit more because you're working out. Like, and a lot of people's bodies sort of have a resting weight where they
Yeah.
will get to, and then it just sort of, you hit a plateau, but not.
Yeah, for me, my worry is just that it's still a poverty thing. It's like I might get hungrier, but that doesn't mean I can feed myself more.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like I have to make the balance, and like I can't just train to breaking point just so I would get more gains, you know?
Yeah, it's expensive to get gains. People don't understand.
Yeah, no, you have to up your calorie intake, and I don't calculate that. That's bullshit to me.
Yeah.
But you definitely have to eat more if you want to keep your body as a certain point, because weight takes not weight, but muscle take energy.
Yeah, it does. Takes a lot of energy and expends a lot of energy. And yeah, I like what you were saying before. You knew that fact that I used to say that potato is the most satiating food on the planet. So, like, that's a clever way. If you don't have that much money, a bag of potatoes is like $4. You can have your potatoes as your vegetable side, and then your protein, you can mix it up with whatever's on sale, or your veggie proteins, or your real meat or fish or whatever.
Yeah. Whatever's affordable at that moment, and that won't trigger my stomach.
Yeah, exactly. That won't trigger. So it is. It's hard. Like, and that's why I hate when those stupid fitness influencers are like, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. We're all born with the same whatever. Like, I'm like, no. Like, some people literally are poor, and they're born into poverty, and they have like chronic pain and gut issues or hormonal issues. Like we can't all just
all of them.
Like it's not
Yeah.
even,
Yeah, and that's not the point either. I don't want to look like a model. I just want I just want to continue going to a version that I will stop in the mirror to look at myself the way I do to look at my partners.
Oh.
Like it's no, but it's you like the old love yourself whatever. Like I don't like the love yourself before somebody else can love you whatever. That's bullshit. But it is still important in the process to find ways to love yourself too, because that was a big point. I've always had trouble with my weight. I've always been super criticized and judged and mocked for it. And while I was okay to be that fat chick for the longest time, well, yeah, it's just I hate that it defined me. And now I'm just starting to be able to feel better in my body and be able to focus more on the external, because I'm not just conscious of how I sit, how I look, if I'm able to stay sitting. And like the agoraphobia is, yeah, that's it. And the agoraphobia is still there. It's never gonna go away. But I'm more and more able to get there, just have my music, do my shit, and eventually not even think about people around me unless they're like actively waiting to get the machine.
Yeah. It's good that
So,
you've been going out. And have you made like some workout buddies?
I've talked to a lot of people. I have a lot of people interested, but it's a question of me being able to go to places, timing. Most people work,
Yeah.
so like it doesn't necessarily happen that way, but I'm working on it. That said, I had like that one cute little success. I was trying one machine, the one you're on your stomach and you just like,
Leg curls.
yeah, that's it, the leg curls. And there's this, I assume, women, like young women who came to me. It was the first time I was using that specific machine in the gym in like over a decade, and they were like, "I'm sorry, can you explain to me how to use this machine? I
Yeah.
tried it, and something was wrong." I was like, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't done this one specifically before, but I just adjusted this and it seemed to be better for me. If maybe you want to try that position, and they tried it and they were like, oh, that works for me. I just didn't know I could adjust the machine that way. And like, to me, it was just standard. You have to adjust everything because I'm small. But this
Yeah.
person, kind of skinny, taller than me, and I was like, oh, maybe I'm gonna be the gym daddy.
Maybe you will be. That's the easiest way to learn. The fastest way to learn something is to teach. So you just gotta.
Yeah, and I so love that.
Yeah.
I really love
I didn't know
teaching.
that story. I'm very proud of you for that. That's a big gym moment when someone
You
asks
know,
you
that's a recent one.
a tip and then you actually have the ability to give them the
Yeah.
advice. That's
It was really like, really me?
Yeah.
Kind of.
You're
No,
like,
inside that was really, inside that was like, huh?
yeah.
Like, do I really look like the person that can assist you in a gym? I'm pleased I do.
That's really cool. That's the beginning of a new era of gym time for you. That's really, really awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I've heard someone in a TikTok or something that said to become obsessed with the process, and honestly that's the best thing for me. I'm obsessed with it. I made it my special interest. I cannot shut up about it. But god fucking damn it, I've been happier.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm like super. That was a very nice little ending fact to be like, wow, look how far Nate's come. That's really cool in just a short amount of time. Is there something else? We were messaging earlier, and you said there were some things that you were thinking of saying. Did we not cover any points that you wanted to make today?
No, I think we covered pretty much everything. But really, it's like, give yourself trust, give yourself time, and yeah, it will suck, because it sucks for even this people that are skinny, neurotypical, and that are just not used to doing it. It might suck worse for us, but if with the proper support, it is actually able to make major change, and like really one little drop at a time. I'm far from my goal, but a year ago I did not even have one.
Yeah, and a year ago you were even further. So
Yeah.
you're technically closer to your goal. You're very close to your goal, main goal.
Yeah, as far as weight, my personal weight, I'm the closest I've been in in almost 20 years. And as far as having general gym goal, I did not really have any. Then I want to be able to take a walk with my partner. And now I'm like, I would like to be able to lift 75 pounds with a barbell.
Nice, a deadlift.
That's
100%.
yeah.
You can do that.
Yeah, I did my first I did my first sets of drag curls at the gym. So that was the first time I was actually with the one that with a little bit like the elastic, but like just
Okay.
lifting like this. So yeah, just this with a bar, but that was the first fucking time I did an actual bar. So
You need to come to my
Yeah.
classes. You're ready. I think you're ready.
I I want to. It's literally a money thing. I really want to because I really want further tips about the weights because that's where I am. I'm pretty chill with most of the machine, but it's pretty intimidating to go in the weight rooms or the weight
Also,
section because
For you, but for anyone else listening, I had this on my website, and I say it all the time, but people always forget. I have like one pay what you can place every week for class, and no one really takes it. I think one person has used it ever. So if you want to come and do like pay what you can, and come and learn some stuff, you're more than welcome.
yeah. And you have one coming, right?
There's
You just passed for this month.
every week. No, every week there's.
Oh, it's every week.
Yeah, every week, weekly class. Mondays at 9 a.m. and Saturdays at 11 a.m. If you're in Montreal, come to my class.
Oh shit! Yeah. Okay.
So there's always one pay what you can place, and just message me if you want it, and it's yours. And
Yeah.
So thank you very much, Nate. And I love that point. Yeah, if it's hard for like a tall, conventionally attractive, seemingly neurotypical cis person, then it's anyone can do it. It's hard
Yeah.
for everyone, but you just have to be confident and have the right support, and yeah.
Yeah,
Great.
and it is. I personally will never have enough thank yous to give you. Like, I don't want to cry, but it is. It was life changing for me. It is still life changing, and like it is incredible to see the self love that I've been able to start collecting. Oh God.
Oh, that's.
I'm sorry.
If I wasn't so full of testosterone, I would cry. I already cried this week. I get one cry a week.
Oh, that's purely because technically I'm in my period because I don't cry either. I don't do that anymore.
Very cool. So, thank you so much for sharing your story with everyone that's listening, and I hope that I'm gonna make this a video, and it's also gonna be on my YouTube and my Spotify. So I hope a lot of people can hear your story and be inspired by it, and be brave to go and try something new. And yeah, so thank you so much, Nate. Hope you have a really good day, and yeah, I'll speak to you next time, everyone.
Have a good day.
Bye.